India are no more the invincibles. Who would have even thought before the start of this test series that India would lose a test series at home even before playing all the tests? None of us, right? But that happened. We have lost a test series at home after 2012, so after more than a decade. Hello everyone, this is Rima and you're watching Offside Opinions. New Zealand defeated India, or I should say, New Zealand thrashed India in both the tests. So the first test, India lost by 8 wickets and now 113 runs. This was New Zealand's first test series win in India. And do you know, before this test series, New Zealand had just won 2 tests in India. And more surprisingly, just before the India-New Zealand series, New Zealand had played against Sri Lanka and ended up losing the series by 2-0. And in one of the innings, in one of the tests, New Zealand had got bowled out for just 88 runs against Sri Lanka. So none of us would have imagined that suddenly New Zealand would come to India and beat India on the Indian soil in this manner. So who is to be blamed? Is it just the performances of the players or the pitch, or was the New Zealand side just more dominant than us? Ever since taking charge, Gautam Gambhir has been very vocal about the fact that this Indian side is a very balanced side. They can play under any conditions on any type of pitch, and that the approach would be to always go for the win. But does winning mean only winning safely? So prior to this, a go-to strategy for the Indian team, at least for tests, would be to make spin-friendly pitches because they knew they have experienced spinners who can win them matches. But now that India's pace bowling lineup has evolved so much and they have arguably the best pace bowler in the world right now in Jasprit Bumrah, the Pacers have even won them matches, series, even in Sena countries. So why can't they trust them at home, in their own backyard? Why is this over dependence on spinners all the time? And that over dependency backfired. The Indian team got a taste of their own medicine. Now, if I come to batting, okay, I know there was a lot of uneven bounce on the pitch, the ball was turning, it was keeping a bit low, but I don't think it was unplayable. But what was that disappointing performance from some of the top order batters? It looked like they were just trying to protect their wickets and they were not even successful in doing that. So, where was all this aggression that is talked about a lot? In fact, the score line in both the innings would have been very different had it not been for the lower batting order. In the first innings, Jadeja was the one with the maximum number of runs, and even in the second innings, barring Jaiswal, he was the one who scored the maximum number of runs and in fact tried to stay till the end and make India lose by as less number of runs as possible. And this makes me talk about another important point. This is not the first time the Indian top batting order has collapsed. It has happened before as well, but that has not been highlighted that much because the lower batting order has saved them, rescued them many times, and even won them matches. So I think it's high time now that the top order batters have to take more responsibility. They're some of the most experienced players, right? Yes, I know the Indian team is going through a transition, the test team is going through a transition, but that doesn't mean you would have batting collapses like this. Also, I don't understand why was there more hype about the Border Gavaskar trophy before the start of this series? There was as if no importance attached to the New Zealand series, as if everyone had already anticipated that India would win 3-0. And now see what happened. With this loss, India's chances for qualifying for the WTC final have become more challenging now. Next month, they'll be playing the BGT, and we don't know what will happen. But in the longer run, this test series loss can actually hamper India's chances for the WTC finals. New Zealand were on top of India from the first ball of this test match, and they just did not give India an opportunity to make a comeback. The only time India came close to being at par with New Zealand was in the second innings when Yashasvi Jaiswal and Shubman Gill started building a partnership. The way they were batting, at one point it seemed like they were making a match out of it. But unfortunately, that did not last long. Once both of them got dismissed, the batters just fell in the hands of Mitchell Santner. And that makes me say, Santner was terrific. He did not even play the first test, and now he came into the second test match and took 7 wickets in the first innings and 6 wickets in the second innings. So great performance from him. But all in all, it was a very disappointing show from the Indian team, and I really think before the Border Gavaskar Trophy, they really need to sit together, introspect where they went wrong, and make the necessary changes. Thank you for watching today's video. Making these videos is not easy, you know. It takes a lot of hard work, and I'm trying my best to make valuable content. So it would mean a lot to me if you would just give a thumbs up to this video, because it wouldn't take a lot of time. And if you would please subscribe to my channel, Offside Opinions, I would be very grateful, because that would give me a lot of motivation to make many more videos like this. Thank you.